Hi everyone, it's Johnny here with another portfolio update. I'm just going to go through some of the new positions we've recently opened and also some of the positions I've just closed at profit. So as you can see here, July was an extremely good month with 35.23%, and as was June as well, so we got 20.2% there. So we're on an upward trend at the moment, which is very, very nice to see, currently on roughly 19% for the year. If you go to the portfolio then, it's still looking strong. We've got copper and Euro USD as our best performers at the moment. These are both doing very, very well for us. And Ethereum as our crypto kind of lagging behind a little bit, but we're now back into the 220s, so it's looking slightly up, which is good. Okay, so if I just go into the new positions then, so the first one I want to go through is GBPUSD. So you can see there's a few reasons we've got into this trade. First one is you can see the moving average, the shorter moving average, which is this black line here, is starting to run away from the longer term moving average, which is the red one here. So that's a good sign. We like to see that things, so for example here it's run away and the price has moved up, and we kind of look for this as an entry signal. We've also got the Bollinger Band breakout. This is the day we bought, so I'll just draw this in for you quickly, just to show you exactly where we bought. It's this one here. So we bought on this day here on the 31st of the 7th. On the Bollinger breakout, moving average is running away. We've also got this resistance line here, which is another good sign. We've seen a break of this resistance line at the 131.3 level. You can see it's confirmed. It's not the best support resistance line in the world, but it's confirmed here. You can see there's a high there. There's also a low there, so you can draw 1, probably 2, 3, 4 points. So you know it's a confirmed support resistance line. Yeah, and we bought here in this Bollinger breakout. It's also yearly highs as well. So if you go back and see start of 2017, which is here, this is yearly highs as well. So it's made new highs. So there's four reasons to why we got into GBPUSD. Okay, the next trade then is natural gas, which is something we've just added as well. So you can see here the reason we got on this is another Bollinger Band breakout on the downside. The moving average is crossed above, meaning it's a sell signal, and we've also got this support line drawn in as well, and it's broken that. So you can see 1, 2, and 3, 4 points where it's actually touching the line, so you know it's confirmed support as well. What we're trying to do with this is you can see these little dips down into the troughs here. A couple of times you got roughly 3 of those dips into here, and we're looking to make profit on the similar kind of move, which is why we've gone to a sell position here as well. Okay, the final position we've added recently is the oil trade, and I just did a post about this, but essentially what's going on here is we can see these really clean peaks and trough patterns occurring. You can see by the lines I've drawn here, and what's happened here is it's also matched up with our Bollinger break-in signal. So when it breaks in, we look to sell back into the channel to make profit on a move back into consolidation, and this is the predictive line I've got here for that move. So although it's not starting out brilliantly with the first update, we're not too worried. As you can see, the rest of the chart is often quite clean as well, so we're hoping for a move back in here as well. Okay, onto Euro USD. This has been our best performer in recent weeks. We've actually been buying it all the way up the trend, as you can see by these arrows here. So you can see we've got the first one here on the 16th, the 5th, 29th, the 6th as well. We've been buying all the way up, and we've bought again here. So this has been doing very well for us. There's another good example here of the moving averages running away from each other. So the short-term moving average ran away from it here, and you can see that kind of signals the fact that the trend has started, because the gap between these two has increased, and that's a good way to spot a trend as well. So if I just show you the 30-minute chart then, just to see kind of the trending pattern in a shorter term chart. So you can see here what we're getting is these moves back down and then a quick spike up, and this keeps repeating itself over every few days. So this was a gap of 3 days, but then it kind of moves down, breaks back up into a new highs, and this is quite a nice thing to trade, because you can buy in the dips and sell at the highs. So quite a nice easy one to trade there, especially when it's trending this well. And as I say, we caught this move on the 18th of the 7th, so we've made quite decent profit there. I think about 2-3 to 1 risk to reward. Okay, so recent trades that I've closed or are just about to close. So AUD I've recently closed, and you can see we bought on the 13th of the 7th here, and we closed up here. We've made 3.5 risk to reward on this one, and copper's pretty much exactly the same pattern, and I'll be closing this in the next couple of days. So it's exactly the same pattern. Moving average moves below and it spikes up, and you make your roughly 2-3 to 1 risk to reward on that. Okay, so I just wanted to mention then the reason we go for 3 risk to reward or 2 risk to reward. So this basically is the main difference for me between being profitable and not being profitable. So although we don't win all of the time, when we do win, we let our profits run. As you can see here, we've let it run all the way up here. So for example, this is a 3 to 1 risk to reward, and what this does is it essentially allows you to lose 3 more times in the future. So because you've won 3 times your risk, you're allowed to lose 3 times. Now that essentially means you can have a win rate of you only need a win rate over 25%, and you can still be making profit because you've essentially got 3 trades in the bag to every 1 you lose. So you've got that 25% win rate, and you can still make money. It's obviously a little bit more complicated than that, as sometimes you make more profit and sometimes you make less profit. However, that's the general idea of risk to reward, and that's why you can go to our stats, have a look at my average gain, and you'll pretty much see for every single market it's bigger than my average loss. And it essentially allows me to perhaps lose a few more times, but it means that I'll be making more profit for each individual trade. And that's essentially the way it works. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to go through today. If I just go back to the portfolio, we're roughly on $1,000 profit, and we're hoping for these negative trades to start coming back into profit. In fact, natural gas has just moved back into profit now, so that's very good. Okay, that's all I had time for today. Keep an eye out for nightly updates, as I'll be adding potentially new trades each night. And as ever, good luck trading.